How does a good leader deal with the fallout from an incompetent leader? Here's how.
Hey, First Sergeant.
Hey, boys.
Hey, Lip.
Collar.
Hey, Sarge.
Hey, Lip.
Hey, Muck. What's the word?
Oh, you know, sitting around freezing our ass off, singing Dyke's praises.
Oh, yeah. Lieutenant Dyke.
That right there, simple phrase, yeah, Lieutenant Dyke. That communicates a lot. Sergeant Lipton is commiserating with the men. He is giving emotional validation to the struggle that they're facing. In this series, looking at leadership from Band of Brothers, Lieutenant Dyke has been the absent leader, not making decisions, leaving his men high and dry. And Sergeant Lipton acknowledges that in that little phrase. The body language, the sigh, the downward gaze, all of that communicates to these men in front of him, I hear you, and I know that it's hard. That validation is huge. He's not defending Dyke, he's not accusing him or anything. He's just saying to his men, I see you, and I know that it's hard. But then he goes a few steps further. Watch how he interacts with his men and how he supports them through the struggles that they're having.
Well, I'll tell you. I wouldn't want to be a replacement officer coming in here. You're getting thrown in with a group of guys who've known each other for what, 2 years? They've been in combat together since Normandy. You're supposed to just show up and lead them? How's a guy do that?
Wait a second. Is he empathizing with Dyke? Is he seeing things through Dyke's eyes? Is he encouraging these men who are complaining about Lieutenant Dyke to shift their perspective and see how hard it would be for anybody to come into this group of men? Yes, that is 100% what he is doing. Instead of adding fuel to the fire and complaining, which we have seen before is unproductive, he encourages his men to shift their perspective. But it's not just, let's see things through Dyke's eyes. He is going to shift this in a way that elevates his men and praises and compliments them. Watch how masterfully he does this.
How could anyone really hope to gain the respect of the toughest, most professional, most dedicated sons of bitches in the entire ETO?
Look at their demeanor change. From before, it was down and negative, complaining about Dyke. Now they all start smiling, chuckling, like, yeah, it would be pretty hard to keep up with us. He's shifting their focus and raising their spirits. That is a mark of an incredibly good leader.
If you ask me, a guy'd have to march off to Berlin and come back with Hitler's mustache or something. Anyway.
He gets them to laugh in a foxhole at the front lines of the Battle of the Bulge. To laugh. We've seen in previous videos how important appropriate humor is in leadership, and Sergeant Lipton is demonstrating that. He's raising their spirits, and then he's going to do something that is so powerful. He's going to shift the focus from that sphere of concern that we've talked about before, where we're concerned about all these things outside of our control. He's going to bring it right back to the sphere of control. What are the things that we can control? Let's focus on those. Watch how he does this.
You guys don't worry about Dyke. All right?
Yeah.
We all do our jobs. Everything will be fine.
They can't control what Dyke does or doesn't do. They can't control when he's there, when he's not. They can't make Lieutenant Dyke make decisions. But what can they do? They can do their job. And they can make sure that they're focused on that. And if they do that, that's all that they can do. Sergeant Lipton says, hey, if we do our jobs, everything will be all right. Now, am I naive enough to believe that that's actually true? No. See my other videos on margin call. There can be times when you do your job perfectly and it still ends in disaster. But what is Sergeant Lipton doing here? He's doing something that is very, very important, and it is crucial to the health of any high-performing team. Listen to what Lipton says about what he just did.
Well, I don't know if I believed any of that, but as company first sergeant, it was my job. Not to protect Dyke, but to protect the integrity of the company.
And that is where the importance is. Even Sergeant Lipton, he wasn't concerned about Dyke. He knew, hey, that's outside of my control. But what can I control? I can help protect the integrity of this company. And how does he do that? He does it by cutting off complaining, shifting the men's focus to see with empathy the perspective of Lieutenant Dyke. Imagine how hard it is for this leader. And then in the midst of that, to raise their spirits through genuine praise and appropriate humor. To say, yeah, you guys are pretty awesome. It'd be hard for anybody to come in here. And now we can focus on our job. Let's keep our focus there. It is a masterclass in how to take a negative, complaining team and shift it into a healthy, productive, high-performing team. And he does it in a matter of minutes. So how do you do this with your team? When you hear complaining, shift the focus from the sphere of concern to the sphere of control. And how do you do that? Name it. I do this with teams that I work with. I'll say something like, it sounds like we're focused on the sphere of concern. Well, there's a lot for us to be concerned about. What can we do to bring it back to our sphere of control? What is in our lane and what can we control? And then we're able to have productive conversations that actually move us forward. So try that this week. When you hear complaining, name it, and then shift the focus back to the sphere of control. If this series from Band of Brothers has been beneficial for you, instead of liking, please go to the description below. I've linked several veteran resources that are helping to support our men and women who serve today. If you are able to, please give. Every little bit helps. And if you have served in our military, thank you for your service. And until next time, take care.